It took me 9 years, 7 months, and 14 days to save my first $100,000. My second 100K took 2 years and 11 months, and I didn't get a raise, work harder, or win the lottery. For almost a decade, I felt like I was grinding for nothing, saving felt pointless, progress felt invisible. Then I hit $100K and suddenly everything changed, but nobody had warned me this threshold even existed. This isn't just my story, it's a mathematical pattern that affects everyone building wealth. Your first $100K is brutally slow, your second is shockingly fast, and your third happens almost automatically. Here's what nobody tells you. The first $100K is 100% your effort, your sacrifice, your discipline. But after $100K, compound interest becomes your second income and it works 24/7 while you sleep. At $100K invested earning 8% annually, you make $8,000 per year doing absolutely nothing. That's $667 per month in passive growth, more than most people save from their paycheck. Years 1 through 3, I was saving $800 monthly and it felt like pouring water into an ocean. After 3 years, I had $28,800 saved, but market returns only added $2,000, barely noticeable. Years 4 through 6 were the hardest I wanted to quit because progress still felt painfully slow. At year 6, I had $57,600 in contributions, but compound interest had only added $11,400 total. Years 7 through 9, something started shifting. My account was growing faster even though I was saving the same amount. By year 9, I had contributed $86,400, but compound interest had added $28,000. It was finally visible. The day I hit $100,000, I didn't feel rich. I felt relieved that I'd finally crossed some invisible finish line. What I didn't realize was that I hadn't crossed the finish line, I just reached the starting line for real wealth. In year 10, my 100K was generating $8,000 annually at 8% returns, almost my entire original annual savings. So now I was adding $9,600 from my paycheck, $17,600 total annual grossed. Suddenly saving didn't feel hopeless anymore because my money was finally working as hard as I was. I wasn't grinding alone, I had a silent partner contributing almost as much as my paycheck. Year 11, my account hit $125,600, added $9,600, compound interest added $8,000, and growth on growth added another $8,000. For the first time ever, compound interest contributed more in 1 year than I did my first 3 years combined. Year 12, I crossed $150,000, my money made $12,000 while I slept, ate, watched Netflix, lived my life. That 50K jump from 100K to 150K took 2 years, half my original contributions took a decade, half took 24 months. Here's the secret. $100 is the compound interest ignition point where the math fundamentally changes. Below 100K, you're building the engine. Above 100K, the engine starts running and pulls you forward. At 10K invested, 8% annual returns give you $800. Nice, but doesn't change your life. At 100K, that same 8% gives you $8,000. Suddenly, compound interest is a part-time job you never have to work. But here's the brutal truth. 73% of people give up before hitting $100K because progress feels too slow. They quit at $40K, $60K, $80K right before the exponential curve kicks in and makes everything easier. Getting to $100K requires years of unglamorous sacrifice, skipping vacations, driving old cars, saying no constantly. It's not sexy, it's not Instagram-worthy, and every single month feels like you're getting nowhere. Meanwhile, everyone around you is buying new cars, taking trips, upgrading apartments, and you feel like you're missing life. This is where most people break. They choose visible lifestyle over invisible wealth, and the compound curve never starts. For me, the turning point was year 7 when I saw my account grow $14,000 even though I only contributed $9,600. That extra $4,400 from compound interest was proof the math was finally working. It gave me hope to keep going. Once I hit $100K, chasing the second 100K felt completely different, lighter, faster, more inevitable. I was now compound interest was adding $667 monthly. I had a financial partner. Year 13, my account hit $175,000. Compound interest contributed $14,000 that year alone. My money was now making more annually than I saved in my first 5 years combined, and the gap kept widening. Here's what makes it exponential. You earn returns on your contributions and on your previous returns. So your money makes money, then that money makes money, then that money makes money. It's a perpetual growth machine. Year 14, I hit $200,000. The second $100K took just 2 years and 11 months compared to my first 9+ years. And here's the crazy part. I didn't hustle harder, I didn't get promoted, I just kept doing what I'd always done. But my life during the second $100K was completely different. I felt wealthy even though my spending barely changed. The psychological shift from I'm saving to my money is working changed everything about how I experience daily life. After 200K, the momentum becomes almost addictive. Watching your net worth jump $2,000 in a good month feels incredible. Suddenly, you're not motivated by discipline anymore. You're motivated by seeing the compound curve prove itself every single day. Financial experts say the third 100K takes even less time, around 18 to 24 months if you maintain consistency. At $200K, you're earning $16,000 annually from compound interest. That's 2 months of full-time work you're not doing. But let me be clear. Getting to that first $100K is genuinely awful. It tests your patience, your discipline, your sanity. You will want to quit, you will feel behind, you will question if it's even worth it, and that's exactly when most people stop. Only 27% of Americans have 100K or more in savings and investments combined. Not because they can't, but because they quit before compound interest reaches critical mass and starts working for them. The biggest threat to reaching $100K isn't low income, it's lifestyle inflation eating every raise, every bonus, every windfall. You get a 5% raise and immediately increase spending 5%, your savings rate stays flat and you never hit the threshold. What got me to $100K was treating savings like a bill that had to be paid first, not money left over at month's end. I automated $800 monthly the day my paycheck hit. I never saw it, never touched it, never had a choice to spend it. For 9 years, I drove a 2007 Honda Civic, lived with a roommate until 31, cooked 90% of meals at home. My friends thought I was cheap, but I was just playing a different game with a longer timeline and bigger payoff. I didn't need to be perfect, I needed to be consistent, even when it felt pointless, even when progress was invisible. Some months I could only save $600, some months I hit $1,000, but I never stopped. Momentum beats perfection. During those 9 years, I watched the market crash, recover, crash again. My account dropped 30% at one point. That was terrifying, but I kept contributing through the dips. Those shares bought low became my highest returners later. The math is simple. Consistent contributions plus time plus compound returns equals exponential growth. But simple doesn't mean easy. Executing this formula for a decade while life happens around you is brutally difficult. Every dollar I didn't save in my 20s cost me $10 in my 40s because of lost compound time. That $40 dinner at 25 was really a $400 retirement sacrifice. I had to learn to think in future value, not present cost. Somewhere around year 6, I stopped seeing investing as giving up money and started seeing it as paying my future self. That reframe made sacrifice feel less like deprivation and more like self-care across time. Now at $200 K plus, I'm watching the third $100 K build itself faster than I ever imagined possible. My money makes more monthly than I used to make in entire paychecks early in my career. The curve is real. If someone had told me at 25 that the first 100K would feel impossible but unlock everything, I would have started immediately. Instead, I wasted 3 years thinking about it and delayed my compound curve by 36 months I can never get back. So here's my challenge. Pick a number you can save monthly, automate it, and don't touch it for 10 years. It will feel slow, frustrating, pointless, but that discomfort is the price of admission to the compound interest club. Your first 100K takes 10 years because you're building it alone. Your second takes 3 because compound interest finally joins you. The math doesn't care about your feelings, but it rewards your consistency, and the exponential curve is waiting on the other side of $100K.